여러분 안녕하세요. YBM 강남센터의 그린 오픽입니다. 지난번에 오픽 AL 실제 답변을 현 오픽 강사가 보여줍니다 라는 제목으로 영상을 하나 올렸었는데 여기 옆에다가 썸네일 하나 띄워드릴게요. 근데 꽤 많은 학생분들이 그 영상에서 도움을 많이 받았다고 하더라고요. 제 수강생분들은 당연하고 이제 유튜브로 이제 그 영상을 보시고 좋은 점수를 취득하셔서 저에게 개인적으로 카톡이 연락이 오셔서 감사의 인사를 전하시는 그런 분들이 굉장히 많으셨습니다. 그래서 사실 좀 신기했던 것 같긴 해요. 실제 시험 볼 때처럼 답변하는 영상을 찍어서 올리면 도움이 좀 될 수는 있겠다라는 생각은 하긴 했었는데 생각보다 많은 분들이 봐주셔서 굉장히 감사드리고 그리고 제 영상이 도움이 되었다고 하니 정말 기분이 좋네요. 그래서 오늘 실제 시험 볼 때처럼 답변하는 그 영상을 다시 한번 찍어보려고 합니다. 더 오버하지도 않고 더 대충하지도 않고 딱 실제 시험 볼 때처럼 답변을 할게요. 이번 모의고사도 여우픽 강사님의 모의고사를 한번 보면서 답변하도록 하겠습니다. 영상 끝까지 봐주시고 도움이 되셨다면 구독과 좋아요 그리고 댓글까지 남겨주시면 정말 감사드리겠습니다. 지금 바로 시작하도록 하겠습니다.
Let's start the interview now. Tell me something about yourself. Let's start the interview now. Tell me something about yourself.
Hi Eva, how are you doing today? I go by Green because my Korean name is Green and the word English word green sounds very similar to me, so I chose Green as my English name. I'm not white, black, or yellow. You see what I mean? So and
You indicated in the survey that you take vacations domestically. Tell me about some of the places you like to visit. Describe the places and also tell me why you like to visit those places. You indicated in the survey that you take vacations domestically. Tell me about some of the places you like to visit. Describe the places and also tell me why you like to visit those places.
Okay, so a domestic trip. Well, there are a few places I like to visit. You know, like Samcheok, Gangneung, and Gangwon-do. I especially like to go to Gangneung because my favorite beach, Gyeongpodae, is there. Let me tell you, that beach is stunning. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. The water is crystal clear and it gets crowded with a lot of people in the peak summer season. What else? Yeah, the beach at night, surrounded by hotels with brilliant lights, makes me want to stay forever. It's so beautiful. And what's more? Oh yeah, so the main reason why I like to visit there is that my grandparents live there. I always make sure to drop by their place whenever I visit. We used to meet at least twice a year, but I haven't seen them in a while due to being swamped with work and stuff lately. So I'm definitely giving them a phone call right after this test. I miss them so much. Family needs to be close. You see what I mean?
What do you usually prepare when you take a trip? What are the things you do to prepare for your trips? What do you usually prepare when you take a trip? What are the things you do to prepare for your trips?
Okay, I enjoy traveling with people, like friends and family. So I always try to call them to see if they wanna join me. Because the more the merrier. You see what I mean? And then when I pack my suitcase, I make sure I have essentials like a phone charger, some cash just in case, and then where is it? Yeah, so basic first aid kit. Like cold medicine and then headache pills. What else? If I am going to a colder place than where I am, I always, pack extra clothes to dress in layers. Mm, I particularly love traveling in the summer for swimming in the sea. That's my favorite. So that's why I always pack sunscreen, sunglasses, and then swimming goggles, swimming cap, and swimsuit. Lastly, I look for a place to stay, like motels, hotels, or like Airbnb. Yeah, whatever suits the plan. So I believe these answers pretty much cover your question.
Tell me about a memorable or unforgettable thing that happened when you traveled in your own country. What happened, and what made the experience memorable to you?
Okay, something memorable while traveling. Please give me a second. I might need some time to think about this. Um, okay, so maybe when I was in the first grade, my family visited Gyeongju, which is the biggest historical city in my country. During our trip, we explored various tourist attractions like popular restaurants, traditional palaces, and museums. And Oh, you know what else just popped into my head? Okay, so here is a funny story. Um, so on the last day of the trip, we went to um, an Italian restaurant, and I made a foreign friend there. He was American, and then it was really easy to have a conversation with him because he was sitting at the next table. You see what I mean? And we had so much in common, especially our taste in music. So, I'm a big fan of hip hop, but so was he. And then, like we lost track of time talking about hip hop stuff. Okay, and then to sum it up, so what I'm saying is, we hit it off. He went back to America, but we still keep in touch via Facebook. So what I'm trying to say is like traveling in Gyeongju was a fantastic experience, and I had an absolute blast there. It was a very memorable experience for me.
You may talk on the phone with your family or friends. When you talk on the phone, what do you normally talk about? You may talk on the phone with your family or friends. When you talk on the phone, what do you normally talk about?
Okay, so your question is so simple, but being simple doesn't necessarily mean it's easy. You see what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is, let me gather my thoughts for a moment. I might need some time to think about your question. Cell phone, phone stuff. Okay, so to be honest, I'm not much of a phone person. I mean, I prefer face-to-face conversations or texting. But when I sometimes talk on the phone, let me see. What do I talk and whom I talk with? Mm, it's usually just to check in with someone, like, asking things like, hey, how you doing? How's it going? How's your work going? How's your study going? Blah, 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 this kind of stuff. You see what I mean? Yeah, just very boring and simple things. Nowadays, my life is so hectic with a lot of work and stuff, which means I haven't got much time to hang out with my friends or like spend hours on the phone. So I think these answers pretty much cover your question.
When and where do you chat on the phone? Who do you usually talk to on the phone? When and where do you chat on the phone? Who do you usually talk to on the phone?
Right. I think I often find myself on the phone when I'm commuting to and from work because it helps pass the time. What else? Oh yeah, if I happen to arrive early at a meeting spot and need to wait for my friends, I tend to have a talk on the phone with other friends or family. I think many people do the same. I seriously tried my best to answer for your question because I don't really talk on the phone.
Tell me about a memorable phone conversation you had. When was it? And who did you talk to? Why is it memorable to you? Tell me about a memorable phone conversation you had. When was it? And who did you talk to? Why is it memorable to you?
That's an easy question, a no-brainer. I mean, I would definitely say that the most memorable phone conversation for me was maybe like when I was 8 years old, chatting with my mom. So what I'm trying to say is, I used to live with my grandparents when I was young. Um, because well, my parents were always like super busy with a lot of work, so they left me in my grandparents care. So after school I would hang out with my grandma. We did everything actually, like watched movies, rode bikes at the park, played hide and seek, and sometimes even played poker. But you know what? My mom got me a brand new cell phone back then because to just to talk on the phone with her every night. Um, I mean, what can I say? Okay, so let me put it this way. So my mom felt very bad about leaving me at my grandparents' house. So I used to talk on the phone with her before going to bed every single night. It didn't last long though because I stayed with my grandparents just for like couple of months, I think. But anyway, you know what's funny? Back then, I missed my mom so much, but now I just want to be alone. I think I grew up. My mom is such a nagger. Oh, I don't like it. Hey, I'm kidding. Don't take it too seriously, okay? I love my mom.
Tell me about a healthy person you know. Why do you think that person is healthy?
Thinking about someone healthy around me. Let me see. Please give me a second. Um, okay, so I would say my best friend is the healthiest person I know because he always tries to stay away from instant and processed foods like hamburgers, pizza, and sandwich, you name it. But the funny thing is, I'm a big fan of fast food. So that's why I'm very weak, I guess. And wait, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, please give me a second. I'm sorry. What is it? What did I want to say? Oh yeah, right. So, my friend, he always like goes to bed early at night and wakes up early in the morning, but compared to him, I'm such a night owl, you see what I mean? So I tend to sleep in late if I don't have any plans, and what's more, he works out every single day, either at the park or the gym. But exercising, what is it? It's just not my cup of tea.
What things have you tried to stay healthy? Did you eat healthy food? Did you regularly work out? What things have you tried to stay healthy? Did you eat healthy food? Did you regularly work out?
Okay, so let me tell you something. I recently started swimming to stay in a good shape. Mm, I enjoy swimming. It's so relaxing, you know. It's a great way to get some fresh air when I go to the beach for a swim. And it also helps me de-stress. And there's I don't need any equipment to swim, right? Swimming also, what can I say? Yeah, it helps me lose weight too. Yeah, I think it's the best exercise for sure. And but you know what? Frankly speaking, I started swimming because I realized None of my clothes fit me anymore. I think I'm getting a bit lazy these days, and what I usually do is binge eating. As a result, what is it? I've gained a lot of weight. It's kind of embarrassing to say this, but now I'm like completely out of shape. Oh my gosh. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I recently started swimming to stay healthy.
Tell me about some health problems we can have. What are things that can happen related to health? And how can they be fixed?
Wow, this question is getting to me. Okay, let me see. Health problems. So are you asking about health problems we can experience? Yeah, we can have various health issues like the common cold, infections, flu, mental health disorders, and allergies. Yeah, you name it. But how do you address these problems? Let me think about it. Okay. Hey, Eva, I'm not a doctor or anything, you know that, right? But I can definitely say this. Stress is considered the root cause of many illness, right? So I believe having a positive mindset is crucial because mental health is perhaps the most important aspect of well-being. That's why I always try to look at the bright side of things. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that's all I can say about this question.
I'd like to give you a situation and ask you to act it out. You want to buy 2 tickets to a concert. Call the ticket office and ask 3 or 4 questions about buying the tickets.
Hello, is this OPIC ticket office? Hi, I'd like to purchase two concert tickets, and I have a few questions about it. All right, my first question is how much is a ticket? And I was wondering if I can have any chance of getting a discount, like maybe student discount. Please let me know. And my second question is what time does the concert start? I think it's probably the most important one. And my next question is there a concession stand there? If not, am I allowed to bring outside food if into the concert venue? Please let me know. And yeah, I think these are all the questions I have. Oh wait, I almost forgot. One more quick question. Sorry. So I'm planning to drive to get there. So I was wondering if you guys have enough parking spaces there. If not, I'll just call an Uber. Okay. All right. So I'd really appreciate it if you could provide answers to my these questions.
I'm sorry, but there is a problem I want you to resolve. You were supposed to go to a concert with your friend, but you can't because you are very sick. Call your friend, explain the situation, and give 2 or 3 alternatives.
Hello? Hey Michelle, it's me, Green. I'm terribly sorry to tell you this, but I don't think I can make it to the concert with you today because something important has just come up. Actually, the thing is, I'm not feeling well. My cold is getting worse. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I know you must be disappointed, but what can I do? I promise to make it up to you. Okay. So, how about this? You've always wanted to try Japanese food, right? There is a fancy Japanese restaurant near my university. Let's go there sometime soon. Their food is so amazing, so you can never go wrong with it. You can trust me. Hey, don't worry about the money, it's on me. And what else? Oh yeah, so I set you up on a blind date. So you just broke up with a boyfriend, right? Oh no, I can imagine. It must be lonely for you. It sounds good. If so, can I take a rain check on our plans for now? That's what friends are for, right? Okay, so I am so sorry again, and see you later. Have a good day and bye.
Have you ever been in a situation where you had to cancel a plan at the last minute because something suddenly came up? What was the problem? And how did you solve the problem? Have you ever been in a situation where you had to cancel a plan at the last minute because something suddenly came up? What was the problem? And how did you solve the problem?
Oh my gosh. Hey Eva, are you asking me about the time when I canceled the plan at the last minute? What are you asking? Hey, the past doesn't matter. What matters is only now. But what can I do? I know I should try my best to answer for a better grade. Okay, this is very frustrating. But please give me a second, all right? Let me think about it. Okay, so wait. All right, so the plans. Oh wow, seriously, I have no idea because I don't think I've ever canceled a plan at the last minute. And I don't want to make something up. You see what I mean? All right, so I just skip this question. Okay.
Compare two different parks you know. How are they different? How are they similar? Which one do you like better? And why do you like it better? Compare two different parks you know. How are they different? How are they similar? Which one do you like better? And why do you like it better?
Wow. What an interesting question. I've never thought about this kind of question. So please give me a second. Okay. Mm, all right. So there are two popular parks in my country. One is Han River Park, and then the other one is Olympic Park. Let's start with the similarities first. Okay, so first, because of their immense size and popularity, um, they are always packed with many people. What else? Also, food delivery services are available in both parks. Actually, yeah, in most parks. But anyway, and what's more, both parks have stages where you can see free performances. That's my favorite actually. And now let's talk about differences. Okay, so let me see. Olympic Park tends to have more children, while Han River Park usually has a larger number of adults. That's the first difference. And then also in Han River Park, you can smoke and drink in designated areas. However, these activities are prohibited in Olympic Park. You see what I mean? And what else? What else? Let me see. All right, so there is a beautiful fountain in Olympic Park. I sometimes enjoy it's like a spectacular fountain. Oh, sorry, I'm running out of time here.
Let's talk about the issues that parks are faced with these days. What do you think are the challenges that parks face? What has caused these concerns, and how can they be solved?
Addressing issues at parks. Wow, your question is seriously killing me. Oh my gosh. Please, give me a second. Um, oh, I honestly have no idea. So I think I'd better skip this question. Sorry. Oh, wait. You know what? Something just came to mind. Okay. So where do I begin? All right. Let me gather my thoughts. Just a moment. Okay. So the other day I was jogging along the lake in the park near my apartment, and then someone walking in front of me tossed his garbage into the lake, even though there was a trash can nearby. Oh my gosh. So I was so pissed off that I was gonna give him a piece of my mind, but I just kept my temper because, I didn't wanna get into a fight with a stranger. By the way, these days, some people thoughtlessly litter garbage and it shows their selfishness. You know that, right? So, but what can you do? This is just me thinking out loud. I believe those who litter should be fined since they are intentionally polluting the environment. And yeah, are you on the same page with me? Additionally, it would be even more effective if their names were placed on a blank list, banning them from entering the park. So the purpose of this is to raise awareness among people about the environmental conservation. 자, 여러분 어떠셨나요? 저번에 모의고사 올렸을 때도 절반 정도 지나고 나니까 엄청 지치더라고요. 이번에도 끝나고 나니까 지금 엄청 피로가 확 몰려오네요. 그냥 모의고사 이렇게 집에서 편하게 보는데, 그리고 이제 실제 시험 보러 갈 때도 이제 엄청 긴장을 하면서 시험을 보고 하진 않죠. 근데도 이제 모의고사 지금 볼 때도 그렇고 실제 시험이 끝나고도 항상 이제 되게 지치는 것 같아요. 거의 한 30분에서 1시간 동안 엄청 집중해서 이제 해야 되다 보니까 피로도가 좀 장난이 아니죠. 근데 여러분들 같은 경우는 실제 시험을 보신다고 하면은 정말 이 시험 내에서 내가 정말 원하는 간절한 점수를 받아야 되는데 라는 그런 극도의 긴장감과 그런 것 때문에 더 많이 힘들 거라는 생각이 들어요. 여러분들이 고생하시는 만큼 꼭 간절히 원하시는 그 점수 받으셨으면 좋겠고요. 여러분들이 그런 목표 등급을 취득하는 데 있어서 지금의 제 영상이 조금이라도 도움이 될 수 있다면 정말 너무 행복할 것 같습니다. 네, 그러면 다시 한번 화이팅 하시고, 공부하시다가 궁금한 거 있으시면 언제든지 저한테 물어보시면 제가 또 성심성의껏 답변을 드리도록 하겠습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.